What's up, guys? Welcome to a Sunday edition of The Squeeze. I am Tyler Connium. How quickly things can change. Friday, not a good night. 0-3. Saturday night, much better night. 2-1 officially. But if you follow me on Twitter, we went 6-2, and we're up 4.5 units. So on the Squeeze yesterday, we did not get the UFC bet right. We had Cyril Gane decision, no bet. John Jones won by submission in the first round. Very impressive performance. Touche, John Jones. Not a fan of him, but it is what it is. He wins the fight, so we lose the bet. But the other two came in. So Toronto Raptors, we had them -1. They won that game in overtime by 7. And then we hit the MLS parlay, which was for TFC and Atlanta to both score, for Atlanta to get 4 more shots, Toronto to get 3 more shots. All that hit. That was -105. We're 3-0 on MLS bets so far this season. I like that. I've been enjoying it. Shout out to Apple TV. They're doing a great job with that. And then the other bets, if you do follow on Twitter, we had the Minnesota Wild on the money line, +32. How is the Minnesota Wild +32 against the Calgary Flames? They won that 3-0. We hit the Fred VanVleet and Kyle Kuzma 3-point parlay for +100. We hit the Boston Bruins on the puck line +150. So we did well. We did lose the Dallas Stars and the Colorado Avalanche. We had under 6. There were 10 goals in that game. 7-3 final for Dallas. Touche. But a very good night, a very good bounce back Saturday, which is always a lot of fun. 3 more bets today. Getting started in the kickoff to the F1 season at the Bahrain Grand Prix. And it's always tough to pick the first race of the year. You don't know how things are going to shake out. How's it going to compare to last season? The cars have been upgraded. The cars have changed. Aston Martin looked really good in practice and in qualifying. So we're going to go with a bit of an easier bet today, assuming he finishes. But last year I was a big fan of Charles Leclerc. I don't like Red Bull. I'm not a big Verstappen fan. I'm not... period, a Verstappen fan, not necessarily a big one, not a Perez fan, but I do like Ferrari, and I do like Charles Leclerc to finish on the podium. He is starting third today after setting the fastest laps in the top 5 of all 3 practice sessions over the weekend. He was third quickest in Q1 and then set up the quickest time in Q2. I think obviously you've got Verstappen and Perez. They're starting 1-2, which will be interesting. Ferrari did employ a bit of a strategy where Leclerc did end his qualifying early rather than equip a new set of tires, which means he does have 1 fewer sets for the race, perhaps for a final push on the final lap. We'll see. Ferrari did seem to be looking ahead, but not only will Leclerc be able to start Sunday's race on the racing line in third, but he'll do so with a fresh set of tires. There's good reason for optimism there. I also think that Ferrari's they did not have a great season last year. They had a lot of DNFs, and I think that they're really going to look to bounce back here. I don't know. I mean, Leclerc could win this race. I do believe he won it last year to start the season, but I think that he can join the Red Bull drivers on the podium, assuming nothing crazy happens, which of course is always a possibility in racing, a crash, a DNF, things of that nature. But I do think Charles Leclerc and Ferrari are poised for a big bounce back season and give Red Bull a bit more of a run for their money. It won't be such a runaway train as Verstappen was last year. Halfway through the season, he had already essentially locked up the Drivers' Championship. So give me Charles Leclerc -135 to finish in the top 3 spots today. This race does start at 10 a.m. Eastern, so get your bets in for that. An excellent basketball game today as we shift to the NBA is the Phoenix Suns visiting the Dallas Mavericks. This is going to be a hell of a game. Starts at 1 o'clock. I'll be at my daughter's first birthday party right at the start of this basketball game, so I won't be able to see too much of it, but I am excited to, catch it on League Pass or something afterwards. But we've got the 35-29 Phoenix Suns going into the 33-31 American Airlines Center of the Dallas Mavericks. Mavericks have been good at home, 21-12. Phoenix has been 14-19. This bet and my next bet, both in the NBA, are a bit more storyline driven. I've bet on the Phoenix Suns 2 times since Kevin Durant has come back, and they've covered 2 times. And you can throw out all the trends, all the records. I've said this, forgive me if I sound like a broken record. When you add a player like Kevin Durant, top 5 player in the NBA, throw out the trends previous to when Kevin Durant got there. The trend is that they're 2-0. They won 105-91 and they won 125-104. That's the trend. Dallas Mavericks are coming off a win against Philadelphia, but previous to that did lose to Indiana, did lose to the Lakers. It's going to be Kevin Durant versus Kyrie Irving for the first time. You think Durant's not motivated? Durant is that dude, and I think he's going to be pissed off. He's going to want to beat Kyrie Irving. They've both gone from the East to the West. I think he's going to want to prove who's the better player. Suns in 3-0-1 ATS in their last 4 overall. Dallas 0-4 ATS in their last 4 Sunday games. 1-9-1 ATS in their last 11 games playing on 2 days rest. 1-5 ATS in their last 6 after scoring more than 125 in their previous game. The Suns haven't played great in Dallas, but again, throw out all the trends when it's Kevin Durant. He's heading into Dallas. Injuries, everybody in the injury list is probable, so I look for a great basketball game. I think the storyline is going to be Kevin Durant with something to prove on the road against Kyrie Irving. So give me the Suns straight up. You got to pick them, flip a coin, plus 100 at DraftKings. I'll take it. Our last bet of the day is another storyline-driven game. We've got the Golden State Warriors heading into Los Angeles to play the Lakers. Golden State's favored by 5 in this. I like that spread. It's -108. Again, it's essentially a pick 'em. LeBron James is out for at least 3 weeks. We know that. Whether he comes back this season at all, I don't know. Golden State Warriors have won 5 straight basketball games, all of those without Steph Curry, who is back tonight against the Lakers. Lakers are coming off a loss, 110-102 to Minnesota. They've lost 2 of their last 3 games. I think Steph Curry is going to be super motivated. We're now on the journey towards the playoffs. We're going to look for seeding. Golden State's only 34-30, so they are going to want to look to move up the standings. The Lakers are going the other way. Steph Curry's the guy too, where I don't think he really eases back into this. I think he comes out, he probably plays 30+ minutes. I think it's very probable he puts up 30+ points. He's the type of guy, when you're talking about these elite stars, that when they come back, they just ball out. It's not a Kawhi Leonard situation where it's going to be 20 minutes, 25 minutes. I think Steph Curry comes back. I think he plays really hard. I think he wants to make a statement. I think the team as a whole, Klay Thompson, who had a rough start to the year, has really come on strong. I think they're the defending champions too. Let's not forget that. They're the defending champions. They've got a statement to prove, and what bigger venue than Crypto.com Arena, Staples Center, whatever you want to call it, against the Los Angeles Lakers. Anthony Davis is probable, but I don't think it's going to matter all that much. Warriors are still without Andrew Wiggins, dealing with personal issues, but again, it is the return of Steph Curry. I think D'Angelo Russell's out for the Lakers as well, along with LeBron. So 5 is not a big spread. I know Warriors haven't been great on the road, but I'm going to take the extra tangible of Steph Curry on his return. So give me the Warriors -5 for -108. There's your Sunday card. Let's get back into the plus column for the week. So to run that back, we've got Charles Leclerc to finish on the podium, -135 at DraftKings. Give me the Phoenix Suns on the money line, +100 at DraftKings. And give me the Golden State Warriors -5 for -108 at FanDuel. As always, feel free to drop a comment if you're fading or following. You can follow me on Twitter for more picks and props throughout the day, TikTok and Instagram for just the picks portion. Audio versions available on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. Have a Sunday. Let's talk sports.